Howdy, I'm this good guy Michael to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another quick and dirty tutorial for Subnautica. So today we're going to be covering how to get the Cyclops. The Cyclops is the big endgame submarine that is a big mantle pride piece for all you survivors out there who have managed to build one. Recently in the updates, however, they changed how to build them. You had to find all the pieces to it. Now it's not like traditional fragments where you just find 3 fragments and you're in. You have to find 3 particular fragments 3 times, which can be a little bit complex because they are scattered all across the ocean bottom. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to assume 3 things for this tutorial. First off, that you have a sea moth. The sea moth is a very basic sub, and to get that you just need to go around scanning fragments to find the bits and pieces for that. Alright, second, I'm going to assume that you have a radiation suit. A radiation suit is made from your fabrication table and does not require any additional fragments. It's pretty easy to make. And finally, that you have the scanner. Now if you're lacking any of these 3 things, I highly recommend you go back and watch my beginner's tutorial, because that's going to get you set up in the basics so that you can function enough to get those 3 things accomplished. Okay, once you have all 3 of those things, go ahead, hop into your sea moth, and we are going to head over towards the crashed Aurora. Now, the reason is that there are 3 pieces to the Cyclops that we need to find. We need to find hull fragments, engine fragments, and then the final and most difficult one to find, the Cyclops bridge fragments. I'm going to show you the most easy and efficient way to get that, but first off is we need to go over to the Aurora. Okay, while heading over to the Aurora, it's important to keep a few things in mind. First off, if you have not patched the holes inside of the Aurora's black matter drive, it will be putting off radiation, which will kill you unless you have a radiation suit. That's why I said it was needed for this tutorial. Second, you need to be very careful because Reaper Leviathans spawn in around here, and although they cannot kill a Cyclops, they can smash a sea moth fairly easily. Alright, so now we're over here. We're going to start looking for bits and pieces that look like scrap metal, but not like traditional scrap metal. See, these are normal scrap metal. What we're looking for are bits and bobs that look like this. See these little broken pieces? If you look at them, you can see in the bottom right hand corner the scanner icon pops up, so you can go ahead, right click on it. This is a Cyclops engine fragment. Now the 2 fragments that spawn around the Aurora are the Cyclops engine fragments and the Cyclops hull fragments. So if you get these, you're already 2/3 of the way done. Now keep in mind you need to scan each of those 3 times. Just keep looking around and scan those until you have discovered both the hull fragments and the engine fragments. Now keep in mind that these fragments are not like the other types of fragments that only look like little mini fridges. These fragments can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. See this one right here that almost looks like an escape pod is actually a Cyclops hull fragment. So keep that in mind when you're looking around. Now I'm going to assume that you found all 3 pieces for both the engine fragments as well as the hull fragments. That means that you're 2/3 of the way there. Now we're not going to go directly to finding the 3rd fragment yet, because you're probably going to get disoriented if you leave. So what we need to go get first is a compass, and a compass is made from magnetite. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to look straight up at the Aurora, and we're going to head in the direct opposite direction so that the escape pod is on your left. We're going to go out into the deep, and we're going to go towards a mountain biome. That is because we need magnetite to build the compass for the Aurora. Now, or for the compass so that we can find the final fragments of the Cyclops, pardon me. And that's made from magnetite. So we're going to head over in the exact opposite direction of the Aurora at about a perpendicular angle. Now if you did it right, you should find these giant mountains that poke all the way out from the ocean floor to the surface. If you find floating islands underwater, you're too far to the left, and if you're stuck in a kelp forest, you're too far to the left and haven't gone far enough. Remember, perpendicular angle, almost from that the top spire of the Aurora. Okay, once you found your floating islands, you're going to go up to them and you're going to look for magnetite. Now magnetite is a curious little mineral, and it looks almost like a red cluster of stone, just like this. This is magnetite. Now magnetite is only found in extreme mountainy biomes, so take advantage of it because it is needed for a handful of other things such as thermal generators. So if you ever plan on building a thermal generator, I highly recommend stocking up on magnetite. Now we're not going to leave just yet because we also need lithium. Lithium is used for the making of the plasteel ingots, which you'll be using to make your ship. So while you're over in this mountain biome, you might as well stock up. Lithium are these little purple crystals and are used to make the plasteel ingots as well as reinforcements for your base. You're going to need exactly 5 of them. Alright, once you have all your lithium and your magnetite, head back to your base. We're going to go build a compass. Alright, so we're back at the base now. We're going to go up to our fabricator, click on personal, click on equipment, and as you can see on the bottom, now we have a compass. Compass requires the magnetite, which you grabbed off the mountain, and a computer chip. Now remember, a computer chip is just made from electronics, and it takes a table coral sample, 2 of them, some silver ore, and some quartz. We made one of those in the past tutorial, so I'm going to assume you know where to get all those. Once again, if you don't know where to get all that stuff, go ahead and watch my past tutorial, and it'll teach you all that basic stuff. Alright, so we're going to make ourselves a compass like this. Alright, and it should automatically equip. Alright, so now that we have the compass equipped, we can go and see the 4 cardinal directions on our HUD. We have north, east, south, and west. Alright, the direction that we're going to want to head from the starting zone is west, and particularly a little bit west-north. Alright, the reason is that we're heading towards the dunes. The dunes is the biome that has the final piece of our Cyclops, which is the Cyclops bridge fragments. But unfortunately, it also has some Reaper Leviathans, so we're going to need to be careful when going there. Now we're going to go past these this kelp forest, and it's going to eventually land us in the dunes. Alright, so we punched through the kelp forest, and we pretty quickly arrived in the dunes. Now we're not going to look over in this section, we're going to look over towards the mountainy section of the dunes. Now once again, the Cyclops bridge fragments are going to take on several different shapes, just like the engine fragment did, and the whole fragment did. The best thing to do is just keep your eyes open and look around. It will look significantly different than scrap metal. Okay guys, so here we found one of the fragments. Keep in mind that the Cyclops bridge fragments are notoriously some of the hardest fragments to find and are usually the piece that people end up lacking. Keep in mind also that there are Reaper Leviathans around here, so be careful when you're getting out of your ship to scan things. Get out quick, scan it, get back into your ship, because there are also sand sharks that also want to eat you. Now go ahead, find 3 of these, and it will take you a while. As you can see, the time of day has changed for me from when I was recording when I first got here, but don't lose hope. Just keep circling around through this area, and eventually you will find the pieces. Now that you've unlocked all the blueprints for the Cyclops, you're now free to build one. At this point, you can leave the tutorial and build one on your own, or you can stick with me and I'll teach you how to actually build one piece by piece. If you hit tab, click blueprints, you can see in the bottom right hand corner we now have the Cyclops unlocked. And as you can see, the bits and pieces that we're going to need are plasteel ingots, enameled glass, lubricant, and an advanced wiring kit. Now plasteel ingots are pretty easy, as we covered them earlier, because those are a mix of titanium ingots, which are made from 10 pieces of titanium, which you get from scrap, and 1 lithium. And that makes a plasteel ingot. Lubricant isn't that hard, because all the lubricant is 3 of these creeper vine seed clusters, and then you combine those in your fabrication table. That one's pretty easy peasy. Now the one that's going to prove to cause the most issues is going to be the enameled glass, and that is because you need stalker teeth for that. Now a lot of people thought that when you first came out that you needed to kill the stalkers to get their teeth, when in actuality what you need to do is get them to bite a piece of metal. So if the stalkers haven't dropped their teeth, what you need to do is go find some metal, just like this, pick it up, go back to an area where there are stalkers, and now what you're going to do is you're going to drop it and wait. Be careful, because the stalkers do like to eat humans, and will bite you just like that. If you need to escape from them real quick, you can always jump in here and wait it out for them to swim a little bit further away. Now stalkers would rather bite titanium than they would people, so make sure that you have your inventory pulled up. Swim after one, or get close enough to one. Open your inventory, right click to drop the metal, and let them bite it. As you can see, he's already dropping teeth. That is going to be combined with glass to make your enameled glass. Go ahead and get a handful of those, and that'll get you enough to make your enameled glass for your Cyclops. Once you have your stalker teeth, simply go to your fabrication table, go to basic resources, combine 1 stalker tooth with your normal glass, which will give you enameled glass. Plasteel ingots are pretty simple. All you're going to need to do is go to your fabricator, combine 10 pieces of titanium into a titanium ingot. Then you need to make sure that you have 1 titanium ingot and 1 lithium in your inventory to make a plasteel ingot. Alright guys, so once you have your 5 plasteel ingots, your 5 enameled glass, 2 lubricants, the last thing you're going to need to make is your advanced wiring kit. Now, an advanced wiring kit is fairly easy to make. It's made from 2 gold and 1 computer chip. Computer chip, of course, being made out of a quartz, table coral sample, and silver. And gold being found in the same place that you can find silver, which is in different creeper vine forest. You're going to go to your fabrication table, go to resources, electronics, make your advanced wiring kit. Once you have all of those items in your inventory, you're ready to build your Cyclops. Go ahead, swim up to your mobile vehicle bay. You should have built one of these earlier when you built your sea moth. Go ahead, climb into it. Click on the vehicles, and the Cyclops will now be available. If it is not available, then you did not collect all of the fragments. Go back and rewatch the tutorial and make sure you collect 3 of each of the types of the fragments. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I'm building a Cyclops, and that's all that there is to it. And now, it's a little bit complex, and it will take you a lot longer than it took me in this video because of the power of editing. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Go ahead and watch my other tutorials. If there's something in particular that you want to watch that I have not done a tutorial on yet, let me know, and I will do my best to oblige you. Anyways, guys, you guys, keep being you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye!